I'm Neptune.
So Neptune.
Oh my God! This is Poseidon. Hello everyone, welcome back to Open Arms Reactions. My name is Casper Fox, this is Mortius, and today we're back with RWBY.
We are checking out episode 2 of season 2, and by that I actually mean chapter 2 of volume 2, because sometimes I forget this show is structured with the weird words. But we are still really excited to jump into this. In the real world, I looked and figured out that chapter 2 was going to be a really good place to kind of stop, so we just recorded chapter 1 like 10 minutes ago. I went and got like a little snack. It was just a handful of pretzels because I was hungry. But we are now here with chapter 2, which is called Welcome to Beacon. Now, I'm really curious what you think about that because, like, all of our characters have already been at Beacon for quite some time. They're to like the spring break of their first year. So what would Welcome to Beacon possibly mean, Sir Casper?
I mean, I would assume Team Sun, whatever Wukong's new team is going to be called. Yeah, whatever,
Okay.
yeah. Maybe them?
Well, because we
Maybe.
also, in season 1, learned that there were some, like, exchange students coming in as well.
Yes.
So it could have something to do with that, too, which would be interesting. Especially because Sun came in on one of those boats. Now, he was a stowaway, not an intentional exchange student, so it's questionable of like what his status actually is, but he does seem to have a team of somewhat similar age, so that's a solid theory. I don't think I have too much to say. We didn't say it in the intro last time, we just said it in the outro, so I do want to briefly say that if you guys want to get reactions like this a lot earlier than they come out on YouTube, the Patreon is a great way to do that and also support us being able to do less conventional series like this, where it's more for me wanting to show Casper and less because we think they're going to do insane numbers like our musical series. So if you want to support our ability to make the content we want to make instead of having to treat it like a business, please consider joining us on Patreon, because that's the way that we are able to approach this in the sort of casual way that so many people appreciate so much. So please consider joining us over on there. And also, in addition to supporting us, you also get to see these episodes early, because we are usually recording them much faster than they come out, just for the sort of mental cohesion of remembering what has happened. So Thank you all very much for being here. Consider joining us on Patreon. And now, without further ado, welcome to Beacon. Figured he can do a cool transition with like the Welcome to Beacon.
If I know Roger, he has something crazy in mind.
You were
Wrong!
Jesus, this is gorgeous, man.
I
My
know,
God.
right?
Yeah.
Ironwood certainly loves bringing his work wherever he travels.
Well,
Iron.
running an academy and a military makes him a busy man. But
Running an academy and a military.
Damn. Well, that makes
Yeah.
sense if they're training to be like, this is essentially military school. Like, what?
Yes and no, though. So that actually brings up a really interesting point, because you're starting to highlight something interesting about the kingdom that he is from, which we're going to learn very soon the name of, which is they maybe view that a little closer together. But in Volume 1, we explicitly got RWBY talking about why she would rather be a huntress than a cop. Okay. Like, there is a, at least in this kingdom, there is definitely a distinction between the monster hunt, like the soldiers against monsters and the soldiers against people and other kingdoms and things like that. Like, there is very much a distinction. There are cops, there are soldiers, and there are huntsmen and huntresses. So that actually brings up a really interesting point of, if he runs both, is that coincidence? Or does the line between huntsman and soldier blur for that kingdom? So that's actually, it's a shockingly interesting thing you accidentally brought up there.
yes, those are a bit of an eyesore.
Access requested.
Ozpin,
Hello, General.
please drop the.
The puppeteer guy.
It's been too long. And Glinda, It has certainly been too long since we last met.
Oh, James. I'll be outside.
Not a fan.
W.
Well, she hasn't changed a bit.
So, what in the world has brought you all the way down from Atlas? Headmasters don't typically travel with their students for the Vital Festival?
Atlas.
The name of the kingdom is Atlas. And then there's the headmasters don't typically travel with their students for the Vital Festival. So normally, like, the students might travel for this big festival we got teased in Season 1, but him arriving with it is a bit of a anomaly, which is interesting.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we got Ironwood
General.
here. Yes,
General Ironwood. And that is definitely the guy we saw in the intro who had Penny next to him. But
Penny was a bit
kinda looks
farther
like
away than I think you're remembering.
okay.
They
But then because-
Penny is associated with the whole Atlas crew that we saw. So that kind of tells us what kingdom she might be from, but I don't think it was as close to Ironwood as you think.
But wouldn't that also indicate that Penny's a weapon? Like built by Atlas, maybe? Like if that's
Well, you know
in
how much
that
I love
soldier
Vale
thing,
this
yeah.
time of year. Besides, with you hosting, this might be a good opportunity for us to catch up.
I can certainly appreciate quality time between friends. However, the small fleet outside my window has me somewhat concerned.
Well, concern is what brought them here.
I understand travel between kingdoms has become increasingly difficult.
Oz, you and I both know why I brought those men.
We are in a time of peace. Shows of power like this are just going to give off the wrong impression.
But if what Crow said is true, then...
If what Crow said is true, then we will handle it tactfully. It's the Vital Festival, a time to celebrate unity and peace. So I suggest you not scare people by transporting hundreds of soldiers halfway across the continent.
I'm just being cautious.
As am I, which is why we will continue to train the best huntsmen and huntresses we can.
I do see both of their perspectives here.
I am.
Yeah, same.
But ask yourself this. Do you honestly believe your children can win a war?
Well, they're not going to be children for long. He just said that.
I hope they never have to.
Aw, that's beautiful.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And so that really again, I totally understand where both of them are coming from, but there's
Big
just
time.
very different perspectives as how to approach it. Like Crow sent this message of like the queen has pawns or whatever it was. Remind us the exact wording, Soul, but it was something along the lines of like the queen has pawns or like the queen is moving or something like that. And so Ozpin's response, being very reserved, is things are about to go wrong, so we need to present like an image of unity and of peace. And Ironwood says things are about to go wrong, we need to present an image of strength and power. Which is, again, a very interesting dichotomy, which are both understandable approaches.
Oh yeah, big time.
But
Yeah.
I do definitely understand probably a little more where Ozpin is coming from.
I also like because it kind of showcases what type of leaders both of these people are, you know, like
Yes.
from that perspective. It's
Yes,
a great way to like, show
100%.
that, yeah.
Cool. I'm glad you have that perspective. Ironwood is fascinating. Honestly, Ironwood is wait, Casper, take off your headphones for just a moment. Just based on like some of the personality traits and like the way things are received, I have a feeling like Ironwood and Eurylochus, I feel like are very similar from a like story and character standpoint, so I'm really interested to see how Casper like receives this character moving forward. Okay, Casper, you're good. The parallel I was going to draw, I think, would be too insightful to the character of Ironwood, but I drew parallel between Ironwood and a character from something else we have watched that I've never considered before until just this moment, that I think is a really interesting parallel. I'm curious if you make the same parallel as time continues, but we'll keep watching for now.
So cool with those little details with like the street lamps and the computers that they're like see. Oh,
Ying Xiaolong, prepare your kingdom for battle. Bring it on. I deploy the
Looks like I get to fly right over your Ursa and attack your walls directly. Ow! You fiend! And since Atlas is part of Mantle, my repair time only lasts 1 turn. Pretty sneaky, sis. But you just activated my trap card. Giant Nevermore! If I roll a 7 or higher, Fatal Feathers will slice your fleet in 2. But if you roll a 6 or lower, the Nevermore will turn on your own forces. That's just a chance I'm willing to take.
Twice.
Guys are studying. X-ray valve.
That's a reference to a different Rooster Teeth property. Don't take
course it
that
is.
too. Yeah. That one's a different animated show they did. Don't worry about it. But the other one, the finest of them all, the Schnee Dust Company.
Oh, have pancakes.
Wait, what is she saying in her sleep?
No. Well, Weiss, it's your turn.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
For real.
Which means all vacuo.
Wait.
No idea what's going on.
Look, it's easy. You're playing as Vacuo, which means all Vacuo-based cards come with a bonus.
That sounds dumb.
See, you've got Sandstorm, Desert Scavenge, Resourceful Raider. See, now you could take Ruby's discard air fleet. No. Put it in your hands.
Okay.
So, little bit of subtle world building there by saying you're in charge of Vacuo. We've now learned a third kingdom's name, and then listing things like Sandstorm and things like that. Sort of like desert-based cards.
Desert, yeah.
So kind of getting some interesting world building there.
Okay.
And since Vacuo warriors have an endurance boost against natural hazards, you could use Sandstorm to disable my ground forces and simultaneously infiltrate my kingdom. Just know that I will not forget this declaration of war.
And that means...
You're just 3 moves away from conquering Remnant!
Yes, fear the almighty power of my forces. Cower as they pillage your homes and weep as they take your children from your very arms.
Trap card.
Huh?
Animals have been destroyed.
I hate this game of emotions we play. Weiss will make it through
Aw.
this. Shut up, don't touch me.
Shut up, don't touch me.
Huh? Oh,
Blake was not listening.
sorry, what am I doing? You're playing as Vale, trying to conquer the kingdom of
Vale?
Remnant. Right.
That's
Wait,
us.
that one we already know.
Sorry, Jean, we've already got 4 people.
Besides, this game requires a certain level of tactical cunning that I seriously
Bro, you didn't even know what this game was about.
I'm so glad you immediately... She knows nothing, and then she's immediately like, you wouldn't understand this. Ultimate pick-me girl, but unfortunately also best girl.
But still, but again, so in character, we've kind of
Extremely
established that she
character.
has this heritage superiority
Yes.
complex she has to live up to because of like her dad. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring it on, Ice Queen. I'll have you know that I've been told I'm a natural-born leader.
By who? Your mother?
And Pyrrha.
Hello again.
Come on, let me play your
Your mother and Pyrrha.
You with a good citizen.
Same person.
Why not? You've trusted me with way more important stuff before. I mean, you told us all that Blake is secretly a
Fun-loving person whom we all admire and respect.
Right. Dad. Ladies, enjoy your battle.
Sup, losers?
Hey, son.
Ruby, Yang, Blake, Ice Queen.
Why does everyone keep calling me that?
Because you
I never got a
are.
chance to formally introduce you to my old friend.
Aren't libraries for reading?
Thank you. Shut up, don't be a nerd.
Wait.
So true. Take that, Mal.
Why am I always the example?
Did you hear Nora also, by the way? I don't know if you caught Nora's dialogue there.
Aren't libraries for reading?
Thank you.
Pancakes!
Shut up, don't be a nerd.
Pancakes.
Intellectual, okay? Thank you. I'm Neptune.
So, Neptune.
Oh my God! This
Here
is
he
Poseidon.
Here he is. The one and only Hades. He's in RWBY. We did it.
Yay! And dude, right after they say pancakes, so many epic references. We love to see it.
No! Not introducing the Poseidon-based character right after the pancake line. Oh, there's gonna be so many people watching this series who don't understand what we're saying right now, but that's okay. Oh.
Intellectual, okay? Thank you. I'm Neptune.
So, Neptune. Where are you from?
Haven. And I don't believe I've caught your name, Snow Angel.
Real before this, I know we'll have to address this, but Haven, we now officially have all 4. I don't know if we've gotten it confirmed that there's only 4, so I apologize if that was a world-building spoiler, but exactly. Vale, Vacuo, Atlas, Haven.
Okay, that second one I will not remember.
Vacuo? It's the desert one. There we go. Just remember it because they vacuum up all the dust and sand.
Hell yeah. Egypt.
Haven. And I don't believe I've caught your name, Snow Angel.
Ooh.
I'm Weiss.
Are you kidding me?
Pleasure to meet you.
I never took you as the board game playing type.
Right. Well, I think I'm done playing, actually. I'll see you guys later.
Women.
Thanks, Nora.
So true.
Casper, Nora's allowed to make the joke. You're not allowed to say so true. We're not allowed to make this joke.
What, you get to call Anuflama Senskievla? But I don't get to agree. You did?
Joint business venture together.
Ooh. Jokes aside, though, I know we're taking this seriously.
Yeah.
Of the White Fang. Why are you eating this scum?
The White Fang and I are going in on a joint business venture together.
All of the Volume 1 finale.
Yeah, the fight scene, yeah.
This has certainly been an eventful evening. I'm sure that after a night of thwarting attempted robbery, you probably just want to go home and take a nap. But I was hoping that maybe we could have a chance to talk.
Of course.
Wonderful. As you know, in order to enroll at my academy, students must first pass a rigorous entrance exam. Most applicants spend years of preparation training at one of the many combat schools around the world. You are one of the few who did not. And you passed the exam with flying colors.
She didn't go to a primary academy.
No, call that practical experience. She was beating the shit out of drones instead.
Yes. No, 100%. But it is interesting to kind of get that little bit of lore.
Yeah.
I was raised outside the kingdom.
And you passed the exam with flying colors.
I was raised outside the kingdom. If you can't fight, you can't survive.
Well,
Outside
you have
the
certainly
kingdoms.
survived, Blake. I admire your drive, and I am proud to run a school that accepts individuals from all walks of life. Rich, poor, human, faunus. Why do you wear that bow, Blake?
He clocked her immediately.
Oh, yeah, of
You may
course.
be willing to accept the faunus, Professor Ozpin, but your species is not.
True, but we are continuing to take strides to lessen the divide.
With all due respect, you need to start taking some larger strides. Until then, I'd rather avoid any unnecessary attention. I want people to see me for who I am, not what I am.
Valid.
And what are you?
I don't understand what you're asking.
How did you know the White Fang would be at the shipyard tonight?
I didn't. I just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
You wouldn't have been the first. But what happened tonight was not an isolated incident. I may be your headmaster, but I am also a huntsman. And it is my sworn duty to protect this world from the forces that conspire against it.
Damn right.
Blake, are you sure there is nothing else you would like to tell me?
I'm sure.
Very well.
He knows.
Thank you for your time,
Oh,
Miss
yeah.
Belladonna. If you ever need to talk to me, please don't hesitate to ask.
Ugh, we should have never let him play.
You're just mad because the new guy beat you. See, if you had just attacked when I told you, none of this would have happened.
Double
Stop.
Jean.
The dramatic.
Quiet, antisocial, and moody.
Have you met Blake?
Which I get.
True. 100% true. Casper, Nora's allowed to make the joke. You're not allowed to say so true.
Antisocial
Queen.
and moody.
Have you met Blake?
Which I get is kind of your thing, but you've been doing it more than usual. Which, quite frankly, is unacceptable. You made a promise to me, to all of us, that you would let us know if something was wrong.
That's true. That was dialogue.
Blake Belladonna, what is wrong?
What the f? Nonchalant as f.
So extreme.
I don't understand how everyone can be so calm.
You're still thinking about Torchwick?
Torchwick, the White Fang, all of it. Something big is happening and no one is doing anything about it.
Osmond told us not to worry. Between the police and the huntsman, I'm sure they could handle it.
Well, I'm not. They don't know the White Fang like I do.
Okay, between blowing up nightclubs, stopping thieves, and fighting for freedom, I'm sure the three of you think you're all ready to go out and apprehend these ne'er-do-wells.
Real.
But let me once again be the voice of reason. We're students. We're not ready to handle this sort of situation.
Well, yeah, but
we're not ready.
And we may never be ready. Our enemies aren't just gonna sit around and wait for graduation day. They're out there, somewhere, planning their next move, and none of us know what it is, but it's coming, whether we're ready or not.
Okay.
Heck of a speech.
I was about to say, we were just talking about how the people who doesn't seem to know are the kids, but Blake knows. Blake are those who know. Oh,
Did
yeah.
you recognize the music?
No, I didn't listen to that.
We've
Sorry, I was
only,
listening to the
that's
speech.
okay. We've only listened to it once, so it makes sense why you don't recognize it, but...
Thing about it. The White Fang.
Is it the intro?
Yes.
So calm.
Like, here we go. As she starts talking, there's a point where it breaks, there's a point where it bends, and a point we
Makes
just
sense.
can't.
Can be so
And then it works really well, because as she's saying, I don't understand how everyone's so calm. It's there's a point where it tips, a point where it breaks, and then when she gets to this, like, where she starts yelling...
Never be ready. Our enemies aren't just gonna sit around and wait
These
for
are
graduation.
gathering the
somewhere
storm.
So it mirrors.
Very, very much mirrors exactly
it.
what she's saying. As she
Nice.
says, like, our enemies are doing something, that's when the song would be at, our enemies are gathering, the storm is
growing deadly.
None of us know what it is, but it's coming, whether we're ready or not.
okay. All in favor of becoming the youngest hunter sis to single-handedly bring down a corrupt organization conspiring against the Kingdom of Vale, say aye. Yes!
Aye.
I love it when you're feisty.
Well, I suppose it could be fun.
None of you said aye.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I love Casper and Ruby really are on the same wavelength at, like, at least, like, once an episode.
I suppose it could be fun.
None of you said aye.
All right then. We're in this together.
Let's hatch a plan. Yeah! I left my board game in the library.
We're doomed.
Bro, you're a speedster. Oh.
Sorry. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just watch where you're going.
Oh, God, no.
I'm Ruby. Are you...
Danger motif.
Visiting from Haven, actually.
Ooh, you're here for the festival. Oh, but exchange students have their own dormitory.
I guess we just got turned around.
Don't worry, happens all the time. Your building is just east of here.
Thanks. Maybe we'll see you around.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, and welcome to Beacon.
Welcome to Beacon. There's the name of the
Welcome to
episode.
Beacon. There we go. Oh,
And
hell
that's
yeah.
what we've got for
Oh my
episode
God.
2. Yeah, so they're hatching up. So they're now,
Yeah.
like, working together and agreeing, like, yeah, we should go, like, take the fight to them. We're going to take down these people. And in the meantime, they're just here.
They're infiltrating that. Phase 2. Oh.
Phase 2. The
I was gonna
White
say, it's
Fang
very
is moving
convenient.
to a different location, and now...
I hope that they're not working with the general guy, because it's very convenient that they're, like, moving everything out of that building the second they start infiltrating the school, which could potentially, which I assume is phase 2 of whatever the plan they have. But I guess we will
That's a really
see.
interesting thought. Well, I am loving your thoughts. I'm so glad that you are loving Volume 2 so far as much as you are. We are most likely, just because Casper's going out of town soon, we are going to be recording the next couple episodes next week before episode 1 even goes up to YouTube. So we are most likely many episodes ahead by the time this hits YouTube. Consider joining us on Patreon if you want to see that. But otherwise, we will continue working through every single Tuesday, working through Volume 2. Now, just like Volume 1 and Volume 2, there might be a gap between Volume 2 and Volume 3 if there's a different show we want to check out or any of our one-off reactions like movies and things like that. But for sure, there will not be a gap mid-season, so you can expect one episode from Volume 2 every single Tuesday until we get to the season finale. So thank you guys very, very much for being here. Casper, any final thoughts to share with the audience?
Box, click, awesome, very epic.
If you
Greet
see some
world,
boxes down
open
here,
arms.
please consider to check them out. Greet the world with open arms, and as always, we will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.
Farewell.
Gay
Like
fingers.
Pinocchio. Bah! He can cut it right.